Wait, I'm supposed to tell you how. How what?
How to get your bacteria back in.
Oh yeah! Okay, so let's talk a little bit about bacteria, aka probiotics. Well, not really, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So after you do 7 to 14 days of an antibio capsule, what generally happens is you end up dropping a nuclear warhead right on top of all your good bacteria. And you gotta put that stuff back in. Some of them bacteria, they have very distinct uses, and I'm actually gonna go over a couple of them with you. Now, yeah, you can definitely take probiotics, right? Just make sure that it has a very broad spectrum of bacteria that it's offering. More importantly, you wanna make sure that you are providing the necessary nutrients in order to feed the bacteria. As a matter of fact, let's stop even looking at them like it's bacteria. Let's look at it like they're people. Tiny little organisms that are thriving to survive inside the body. Which basically means the food that they eat will determine their strength and integrity. If I feed you Mickey D's every single day for like 2 consecutive months, you're not gonna be feeling optimal. Your body is not gonna be compared to someone who's actually consuming fruits and vegetables and balanced proteins and doing all the things with supplementation, right? Which means your prebiotics play a huge factor in how effective the probiotics that you're taking. So generally what ends up happening is people will take probiotics thinking that, okay, boom, I got this great bacteria, it's in my gut. But then you end up eating too much animal protein, carbohydrate, sugars, processed grain, glyphosate enriched,
Wheat and corn.
basically the list goes on. So when you put the probiotics in, you end up feeding the bad guys, and then the probiotics can't survive, so they end up losing anyway, and you yield 0 results.
Yeah, make that shit make sense.
So to keep it simple, if you're gonna have a variety of bacteria in your body, you're gonna need a variety of foods to provide that bacteria. Diversity equals equity, because ultimately the prebiotic you give your probiotic will determine what postbiotic you get.
Because we eat their poop.
Well, not quite, sort of, kind of, well, okay, it does serve a purpose.
Answer the question and tell her what you do, Jay.
I got you. I eat my probiotics. I take my fermented foods and I ferment them. Kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, kombucha. Me personally, I grow my own because I like to control and know exactly how much of this active bacteria is gonna be in the products that I'm gonna eat. So I actually grow my own. I actually grow my own yogurt. Did you know that there's a specific bacteria that's actually responsible for like your waist circumference? Shit's crazy. So I be making sure I put extra of that shit in there. And that same bacteria is actually given in drops to newborn babies to help them with processing breast milk if there's not enough that's been colonized in the GI. Because sometimes the symptoms of colic can also be connected with a lack of this bacteria.
What is it, Jay?
Lactobacillus reuteri. Oh yeah, that same bacteria is actually responsible for the maintenance and function of the immune system. Like, those things actually make antibiotics in your gut. I mean, like, it's crazy. There's even a bacteria that helps you break down oxalates, which is why some people can have it and some people can't. Look, this was all for entertainment purposes only. I read all this shit in a comic book. If you would like for me to talk more about this, leave more in the comments. Gotti out.